Good evening, everyone. I hope some of you are there. It's 7:30, so I thought we'd make a start on the quiz. If you haven't already sent your quiz name to me, please do so. If you send it to my work phone number, that'd be fab. Jess is, as usual, sitting in the lounge with my phone, taking down all your team names and the scores and things like that. So if you need to know my number, well, it's on everything, so I'm sure you can find it. If you send those to Jess over the next minute or so, we will begin in a few minutes. The good news is the Cornerstone Cup is up for grabs tonight. Managed to prize it out of the hands of Psychedelia Smith, who've had it for the last 3 months. So an even extra motivation to do well in the quiz today. So please do send your details to Jess and we'll crack on with the quiz in a few moments. Okay, please be sending those quiz names into Jess. We'll begin in a couple of minutes' time with round number 1. So please send those to my work phone, which is currently in Jess's hands. So please be nice, and we'll begin in a couple of minutes. We've just got a couple of people struggling with access to the link, which we're just trying to sort out at the moment. So as soon as we've managed to get them online, we'll be able to begin. I didn't say, I should have done, as we have been doing, there will be a prize for the best team name. We are making a note of all of these who are winning these team name prizes, and there'll be a big prize giving ceremony if we're ever allowed to do one of these again in person. So prize for the best team name, we'll award that at the end of the quiz, as long as I remember. Okay, so we have one or two people just still struggling, but I will repeat all the questions for round one after going through them. Which I do anyway. So let's begin with round number one. Let me get my thing going. So round number one. The tie break. Actually, I'll do the tie break at the end of round one so that people can have a chance to do it. Okay, so our first round, struggling a bit with my technology here. My first round today is, the theme is summer. I've had a really hot day. I've got a lovely fan just blowing on me behind to try and keep me cool. The theme is summer. So, question number one, round number one. The first day of summer is an annual public holiday celebrated in which European country in April? The first day of summer is an annual public holiday celebrated in which European country in April? Okay. Question number two. What term is often given to a period of dry, hot weather that occurs in the autumn? What term is often given to a period of dry, hot weather that occurs in the autumn? Okay. Nice easy one there to get you started. Question three. By what two names is the character Puck also known in the play A Midsummer Night's Dream? By what two names is the character Puck also known in the play A Midsummer Night's Dream? Thought we'd have a bit of highbrow questioning in today. Okay, question four. London has hosted the Summer Olympic Games 3 times, most recently in 2012. But what are the other 2? Now, I will give you half a point for each one. There are 2 others, and you'll get half a point for each one. Might give you a little bit longer on that one whilst you try and remember back. Okay. As I said before the round, I will run through all the round one questions again, just so in case there anyone who was struggling to get onto the stream missed any of the early questions. Question 5. Who sang the song Summer while surrounded by snow? Who sang the song Summer while surrounded by snow? Okay. Question 6. What is the name of the fictional seaside town in the Australian sitcom Home and Away? What is the name of the fictional seaside town in the Australian sitcom Home and Away? Going to be a new lockdown version called Home and Home. Okay. Question 7. Who wrote the line, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day"? Who wrote the line, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day"? Okay. We've got some more people. Not quite sure why people are struggling to access it this time. I'll do question 8 and then we'll try and get these other people on. Question 8. Who met and fell in love with Marge Bouvier in a 1974 summer camp? Who met and fell in love with Marge Bouvier in a 1974 summer camp? Sure, it says fine. Okay, right. So I'm going to go back over all of the round 1 questions once more in case any of you who are struggling to get on the stream missed any of them. So we'll go back to question number 1. I'll go through them a bit more quickly this time. The first day of summer is an annual public holiday celebrated in which European country in April? The first day of summer is an annual public holiday celebrated in which European country in April? Question 2. What term is often given to a period of dry, hot weather that occurs in the autumn? Question 3. By what 2 names is the character Puck also known in the play A Midsummer Night's Dream? By what 2 names is the character Puck also known in the play A Midsummer Night's Dream? Question 4. London has hosted the Summer Olympic Games 3 times, most recently in 2012. What are the other 2? That's years, I guess I should have said. What are the other 2 years? You'll get half a point for each one. Question 5. Who sang the song Summer while surrounded by snow? Question 6. What is the name of the fictional seaside town in the Australian sitcom Home and Away? Question 7. Who wrote the line, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day"? Question 8. Who met and fell in love with Marge Bouvier in 1974 summer camp? Okay, so they are 8 questions. We have a bonus, as always, each time. So this time, the bonus rounds, they're all numbers that we're looking for. So round number 1, the bonus question is this. Although it wasn't adopted until 1916, British summertime was proposed by William Willett in 1907. But by how many minutes did he suggest advancing the clock? Although it wasn't adopted until 1916, British summertime was proposed by William Willett in 1907, but by how many minutes did he suggest advancing the clock? So there'll be 2 ranges of numbers. If you're within the first range, you'll get 2 points. If you're within the second range, which is a wider range, you'll get 1 point. And if you're outside that range, you'll get no points. Okay, so I will let you mull over any of those quite quickly this time, because I ran through the quiz, the round a couple of times. We're a little bit behind. I'll give you a couple of moments. I'll go and check with Jess to make sure everyone is on and you've sent your team names in, and then we'll run through the answers. Okay, we'll run through the answers. Just a quick question. 1 or 2 people have said to Jess that the audio is quite significantly behind the video. It seems fine to us here. Jess is streaming it in the other room and it's fine. But if anyone else is having that problem, please can you let us know, because I can restart all the streaming stuff and hopefully that would sort it out. But I don't want to be bothered with that if it's only one person having the problem. Let's do the answers now to round number 1. Round number 1, answers. Okay, question 1 was this. The first day of summer is an annual public holiday celebrated in which European country in April? The answer is Iceland. Iceland. Question number 2. What term is often given to a period of dry, hot weather that occurs in the autumn? The answer is an Indian summer. Okay, so I'll run through the answers and then I'll restart the streaming. By what 2 names is the character Puck also known in the play A Midsummer Night's Dream? The answer is Robin Goodfellow. Question 4. London has hosted the Summer Olympic Games 3 times, most recently in 2012. What are the other 2? They are 1908 and 1948, so you'll get half a point for each of those that you got correct. Question 5. Who sang the song Summer while surrounded by snow? The answer is Olaf in Frozen. He was himself a snowman. Question 6. What's the name of the fictional seaside town in the Australian sitcom Home and Away? The answer is, as it's around called summer, it is Summer Bay. Question 7. Who wrote the line, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day"? The answer is William Shakespeare in his 18th sonnet. managed to get 2 Shakespeare questions into this round. I'm quite pleased about that. Question 8. Who met and fell in love with Marge Bouvier in a 1974 summer camp? The answer is Homer Simpson. Okay, so there are your 8 questions. We now have the bonus question about British summertime, although it wasn't adopted until 1916. British summertime was proposed by William Willett in 1907, but by how many minutes did he suggest advancing the clock? The answer is not 60, the answer is 80 minutes. There was some logic behind it, I didn't quite get it, but anyway. So, you get 2 points if you were within 5 minutes of that. So if you said anything between 75 and 85 minutes, you'll get 2 points. And you'll get 1 point if you're within 15 minutes. So if you said anything from 65 to 95, you get 1 point. Anything else, including 60, you get 0 points. So that's 2 points if you're within 5, so that's between 75 and 85, and 1 point if within 15, that's between 65 and 95. Okay, so that's round 1. I'm going to pop off quickly and restart the streaming, which will hopefully sort out the issue with the audio, and hopefully that won't end the live stream. That's a good point, actually. I don't know what will happen. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully I'll see you in a moment. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm twiddled with it, but I don't want to restart the live stream in case it kicks everyone off. So if it's a serious problem, please let me know and I will do something. But it looks like it is actually only one household is having the problem at the moment. So sorry, guys. Anyway, we have the tie break today. So the tie break today, I'm going to tell you this now. We'll use it right at the end of the quiz. So earlier today, I asked Jess to pick a page number. She chose 67. Then I asked her to pick a word number. She chose 14. So I would like you to guess what the 14th word on the 67th page of this book, chosen at random from my bookshelf, is. So what do you think the 14th word on the 67th page of this book is? Now, the way this is a tiebreak is we will then sort all of those answers alphabetically, and the one that's closest to the answer will win the tiebreak. So over the next, we've got about an hour for the rest of the quiz. Over the next hour, when you're sending Jess your scores, please send her your answer to the tiebreak question so that she's got a bit of time to figure out the alphabetical order and which person is closest. It is this book, this wonderful book here, which actually I've never actually read. It was a gift to all Anglican ordinands when I was training on the 39 Articles of Religion, one of the founding documents of the Church of England. So page 67 and word number 14. Okay, so that's the tie break. Let's crack on with round number 2. So round number 2 is called Who Was Born First? So in this round, I will give you two people. There'll be two pictures on the screen, and all you have to do is decide which one of them was born first. Okay? So everyone should get at least 4, surely, because it's 50-50. Okay, so question number 1. Who was born first? Donald Trump or Michael Fish? Donald Trump or Michael Fish? Let me just make myself a little bit smaller there. There we go. Going to shrink myself a little so that I don't cover the lovely answer, the lovely title. Okay, question number 2. Ant or Deck? Ant or Deck? I like this one. I like that one. It's quite fun. Which one of them was born first? Some of these you will discover are quite a number of years apart. Some of them are not quite so far apart. Okay, question number 3. Archbishop Justin Welby or Jeremy Clarkson? Look at the old Archbishop there. Looks so happy. Okay. Question number 4. Jeff or Ray? Jeff or Ray? Is Jeff in the quiz this time? Yeah, great. I didn't ask either of them permission to put their names in the quiz, so I hope they don't mind too much. If you're not from our church family, Jeff and Ray are 2 members of our church family, and I guess you'll just have to have a guess as to which you think is older, Jeff or Ray. And this is according to the church directory, by the way. So if the date of birth is incorrect in the church directory, then the answer's going to be wrong. I'm sure one of them will correct us if we are. Okay. Question number 5. Dame Vera Lynn or John F. Kennedy? Dame Vera Lynn or John F. Kennedy? The oldest one. Not quite sure what Bruce means. Oh, I see. Okay. Question number 6. Lewis Capaldi or Ed Sheeran? And contrary to the appearance of those photographs, they are not actually the same person. So I'm told. I'd heard of at least one of them. Do you say Capaldi or is it Capaldi?
Capaldi.
Capaldi, it was Capaldi, okay.
Like Peter?
Oh, okay, yeah. I wonder if he's a relation of Peter Capaldi, yeah? They are related?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's Jess, by the way, in case you don't know who I'm talking to. Okay, question number 7. Buddy Holly or Her Majesty the Queen? Buddy Holly or Her Majesty the Queen? Looking very regal there with her crown on. Or is that a coronet? Not quite sure what the difference is. Okay, Buddy Holly or Her Majesty the Queen? Question number 8, the last in this round. Javier Hernandez or Sergio Aguero? 2 footballers. Javier Hernandez or Sergio Aguero? Okay, 2 Manchester rivals there. We're going to do the bonus question now for round number 2. So the bonus for round number 2 is this. In the 10 years from 2000 to 2009, there were 6,476,795 live births in England and Wales. But which decade of the 20th century saw the most live births? So there were almost 6.5 million live births in the last decade, from 2000 to 2009. But which decade of the 20th century saw the most live births? So you will get 2 points for this bonus if you get the correct answer and you will get 1 point if you get the second most, the decade with the second most live births. Okay, so you've got a 1 in 5 chance of getting at least 1 point there. Which decade of the 20th century saw the most live births? Okay, I'm going to leave you a couple of moments to mull that one over. Probably get myself a nice beer as well, I think. And we'll come back to do the answers in a few moments. Right then, just before we do the answers to round number 2, we'll do a brief catch up on the scores, hopefully, if I press my remote correctly. There we are. So that's the scoreboard as it currently stands. We were still waiting for a couple of teams to send in their scores, but I can tell you that currently in top place, in leading position with 5.5, we have the Not So Sharp as Tax, and then in joint second place, we have The Price Is Probably Not Right, and Will's Son Pat on Back, if I've said that correctly. Okay, so well done everyone. Was that another 5? Oh, a 5.5. So, and they called it Puppy Love. Is stormed into the joint lead with 5.5, and the Merry Widows there on 4. Wonderful. Let's do the answers to round. Oh, let's go back to me. Sorry guys, there you go. Come back to me. Let's do the answers now to round number 2. Who was born first? So, our first question was Donald Trump or Michael Fish. Donald Trump or Michael Fish. I'd be interested to know how you found this round, actually. My brother-in-law, we did a family quiz, and this was what he did for his round. And we all really enjoyed it, so I thought I would do one as well. But I couldn't remember what he'd done, and he was on holiday, so I made it my own. The answer is, drum roll, Michael Fish, born more than 2 years before Donald Trump. Okay, question number 2. Ant or Deck? This is quite a close one, I have to say. The answer is Deck. By just a couple of months there, he was born first. Question number 3. Archbishop Justin Welby or Jeremy Clarkson? 2 equally wonderful and erudite men there. The answer is Archbishop Justin Welby. by 4 whole years. Question number 5. Jeff or Ray? It's very, very close. I'm not going to put their dates of birth on screen, don't worry guys. But I can tell you that according to the church database, the older of the two, by, I think, 15 days, is Jeff. The answer to that question is Jeff. Jeff, if I'm wrong, I apologise. Let us know. Question number 5. Dame Vera Lynn or John F. Kennedy? Dame Vera Lynn or John F. Kennedy? There is not much in this one, which is quite surprising given that Vera Lynn only died quite recently, of course. The answer is, it is Dame Vera Lynn, but only by 2 months. She was only 2 months older than JFK. Amazing. Question number 6. Lewis Capaldi or Ed Sheeran? The answer is Ed Sheeran. 5 years older. Shame he still hasn't learned how to sing. Question number 7. Buddy Holly or Her Majesty the Queen? Buddy Holly or Her Majesty the Queen? The answer is Her Majesty the Queen by 10 whole years. And finally, question number 8. Javier Hernandez or Sergio Aguero? The answer to this one, by 1 day, is Javier Hernandez. They were born a day apart. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that one. We've got the bonus question round now. So the bonus was, in the 10 years from 2000 to 2009, there were just shy of 6.5 million live births in England and Wales. But which decade of the 20th century saw the most live births? So I've got them all on a list here, so I'm actually going to read them out from 10 down to 1. Okay, so the decade with the fewest live births in the 20th century was the 1930s, with 6.1 million. Next is the 1980s with 6.5. Then come the 1970s with 6.6. Then we've got the 1990s with 6.6, just slightly more than 6.6. Then the 1950s, just shy of 7 million. Found that one quite surprising, to be honest. The 1940s are next with 7.1. Okay, we're getting to the business end now. We have left the 1900s, the 1910s, the 1920s and the 1960s. So fourth is the 1920s with 7.4 million live births. Then we have the 1910s with just over 8 million live births. So it's between the 1900s and the 1960s. So if you get the one that's about to come on screen, you get 2 points, and if you get the other one, you will get 1 point. The answer is the decade with the most live births, the 1900s, with 9.3 million live births, which means the 1960s came second with 8.3 million live births. So if you said the 1960s, you get 1 point. If you said the 1900s, you get 2 points. If you said any of the others, I'm afraid you get no points. So I will let you tot up those points for that round. Please send them on to Jess. If you haven't sent in your tiebreaker answer yet, I will put that back on the screen. Please also send that to Jess, and we'll come back in a few minutes for round number 3. I realise I need to hold up the book if I'm going to repeat the tie-break question. So earlier I asked Jess to pick a page number. She chose 67. Then a word number. She chose 14. So what is the 14th word on the 16th page of this book. Picked at random from my shelf, given for free to all ordinands when I was training for ministry about the 39 articles of religion. What is the 14th word on the 67th page of this book? Please text your word to Jess along with your scores for round number 2. Okay, we are back and we are ready for I'm ready for round 3. I'm not sure whether you guys are, but we'll find out. Round number 3 is the Bible round. Woohoo! You can just hear the groans all around Amington as I speak. So we've got 8 questions on the Bible, followed by a bonus question. Are you ready? Here we go. So question number 1. What is the shortest book in the Old Testament? What is the shortest book in the Old Testament? And don't say Nehemiah. Oh, I wish I'd put that joke in my sermon for tomorrow. Okay, what's the shortest book in the Old Testament? Question number 2. Pretty obvious. What's the shortest book in the New Testament? What is the shortest book in the New Testament? Question number 3. Paul was shipwrecked at least 3 times. Which island does he end up on in Acts 27? Paul was shipwrecked at least 3 times, but which island did he end up on in Acts 27? He was on his way to Rome from Jerusalem, and the sailors thought they knew better and sailed off, even though Paul warned them about the coming storm. Which island did they end up on? Okay, question number 4. In Genesis chapter 1, on which day does God create trees? So in Genesis chapter 1, on which day does God create trees? Okay. Question number 5. Going to be a little mean about marking this one. According to the Beatitudes, who will be filled? And be careful how you answer this, because I will only accept specific things. According to the Beatitudes, who will be filled? If you're not sure what the Beatitudes are, they are the sayings that Jesus did that begin, blessed are the, for they will be. So Jesus said, blessed are the, for they will be filled. So I want you to tell me what the blank is. Give it a little bit of time for that one. Jess is just filling in the scores on the whiteboard behind me. Question number 6. How did Rahab let the invading Israelites know which was her house? So Rahab had looked after 2 of the spies just before Joshua invaded Israel, and or Canaan as it was called then, and the promise was that if she told them which house she lived in when they invaded Jericho, they would look after her and not kill her and her family. And there was a way that she was going to let them know which was her house. What was that way? Okay. Question number 7. Who told Zechariah his wife was pregnant with John the Baptist? Who told Zechariah his wife was pregnant with, well, obviously it wasn't John the Baptist yet, but the baby who grew up to be John the Baptist? And again, I'd like a relatively specific answer for that, please. Okay, question number 8. What was the secret to Samson's great strength? What was the secret to Samson's great strength? there are 2 half points for this answer. So if you get all of it, you'll get the whole point. If you get half of it, you'll get half a point. What was the secret to Samson's great strength? And the answer is not God, although the answer, of course, is God, but you know what I mean. Okay, so there are your 8 questions. Got our bonus question now for the Bible round. Here is one of the church Bibles. We bought these recently and put them in the back of church, and some of you will have one of these at home. The last verse in the Bible is Revelation 22, verse 21. Without cheating, what page is that on in these Bibles? Okay, so what is the page number that Revelation 22, 21 is on in these church Bibles? Okay, that's how thick they are, in case you want to know. Not sure that really helps, but there you go. What page is that on, that verse, Revelation 22, 21? If you have one of these at home, please don't look it up. Please behave yourself. I'll give you a few moments to think about those answers, and then we'll go through those questions, and then we'll go through the answers. If you missed any of those questions and want me to repeat them, please let me know, and I'll go through them before we do the answers. Okay, I'm going to run through the current list. They're not written... Oh, they are written up. Wonderful. I will zoom... Where's my remote? Sorry, Jess is just doing something on her laptop. Okay. Okay, so here we have the scoreboard. I'm pretty sure everyone's... Yeah, we can just about see everyone. I can tell you that currently in the lead with 13 points, we have Wilson, pat on back. In fact, they were last time's winners, so they're doing very well indeed. Then in second place with 12.5, we have And They Called It Puppy Love. And then coming in third with 11, we have... Harry is awake. Oh dear. Harry being their son. Let's hope he goes to sleep soon. And then in joint fourth place we have The Price Is Probably Not Right and The Waywards. Wonderful. Let's go through the answers now to round number 3, the Bible round. So we have question number 1. What is the shortest book in the Old Testament? The answer is Obadiah, one of the, therefore, minor prophets. What is the shortest book in the New Testament? It is 3 John. Barely half a page, I think, in some Bibles. Paul was shipwrecked at least 3 times. Which island did he end up on in Acts 27? It was the island of Malta. The island of Malta. In Genesis 1, on which day does God create trees? It is day 3. Creates vegetation on day 3. Question number 5. According to the Beatitudes, who will be filled? Now this is where I want something specific. So I'm not going to give a half point for this. You can only have the point if you have those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. If you put the hungry or something like that, I'm afraid you don't get the point, because that's not the point Jesus was trying to make. Those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. If you missed out the thirst, or you missed out the hunger and you've only got hunger or thirst, it doesn't matter. The key thing is those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. That's how you get the point for that one, please. Question number 6. How did Rahab let the invading Israelites know which was her house? She let a red cord or ribbon out of her window, which was in the wall of Jericho. Question number 7. Who told Zechariah his wife was pregnant with John the Baptist? The answer is Gabriel, the angel Gabriel. If you said an angel, I'm not going to let you have a point with that one, I'm afraid. You can have half a point. But you get a whole point if you said Gabriel. Question number 8. What was the secret to Samson's great strength? It was, of course, his hair, which had never been cut. So you get half a point if you said his hair, and a whole point if you said his hair because it had never been cut. Okay, and then the bonus. The last verse in the Bible is Revelation 22, verse 21. On which page is that in the New Church Bibles? It is... Is that going to focus? No, it's not going to focus. It is page 1251. So, you get 2 points if you are within 50 pages of that. So if you said anything between 1201 and 1301, you get 2 points. And if you're within 100, you get 1 point. So if you said anything between 1151 and 1351, then you get 1 point. I'll say that again just in case you weren't listening. So you get 2 points if you are within 50 of that. So you get 2 points if you said a number between 1201 and 1301, and you get 1 point if you're within 100 of that. So you get 1 point if you have anything between 1151 and 1351. So if you could tot up your scores and send them across, that would be great. And then we will move on in a few moments to round 4, which is the music/musical round. Okay, Jess is just totting up the scores. I think we've almost got all of the tiebreaker questions based from this book. I will just clarify, one or two of you are slightly worried that when I said I hadn't read the book is not actually the 39 articles, it's actually an analysis of the 39 articles, and that's what I haven't read. I can reassure all of you, because when I was ordained I had to sign a piece of paper saying I have actually read the 39 articles once or twice, I promise. Okay, so we will do the music round and then we'll catch up with the scores. So for the music round, I'm going to play you a video. If you've done one of our church quizzes before, it's exactly the same as those. If you haven't, you will see a video and the numbers 1 to 8 will appear on the screen. And our wonderful maestro Peter Shepherd has recorded 8 songs from 8 different musicals. Well, bits of 8 songs from 8 musicals. So you will hear a snippet. And what I want is the musical and the name of the song. So you'll get half a point if you name the musical correctly, and another half if you name the song correctly. It does explain that in the video as well, and I will play the video twice. Okay, so this is a musicals round, hopefully.
I got chills that are multiplying, and I'm losing control, 'cause the power that you're supplying, it's electrifying. Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do, and this guy says the horse can do, if he says the horse can do. Now I shouted from the highest hills, even told the golden daffodils. At last, my heart's an open door. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. He had it coming, he only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same. Dear kindly social worker, they tell me get a job, like be a soda jerker, which means like be a slob. It's not I'm anti-social, I'm only anti-work. Glory, ASCII, that's why I'm a jerk.
Okay, I'm going to play that again and see how you do. Music transition. So I'm having a few issues playing that again. I will try that again.
I got chills that are multiplying, and I'm losing control, 'cause the power that you're supplying, it's electrifying. Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do, and this guy says the horse can do, if he says the horse can do. Now I shouted from the highest hills, even told the golden daffodils. At last, my heart's an open door. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. He had it coming, he only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same. Dear kindly social worker, they tell me get a job, like be a soda jerker, which means like be a slob. It's not I'm anti-social, I'm only anti-work. Glory Oski, that's why I'm a jerk.
Okay, so they're your musical rounds. Again, if you weren't on our last quiz, lots of people scored very highly on the last musical round. So Peter and I tried to make it a little harder this time. Hopefully we didn't go too far the other way and make that impossible. So in a moment we'll play the answers to that video. First we have had a query about the shortest book in the New Testament, with someone claiming that it is actually 2nd John. That may be the case in some English translations, but actually in the Greek, 3rd John has 219 words and 2nd John has 245 words, which does make 3rd John the shortest book in the New Testament, and in fact the entire Bible. Okay, I hope that's clarified that adequately. Let's let's have the answers to the music round. Oh no, I'll do the... I've got the... whatever it's called. Sorry, my brain's not working very well today. Right. So, the standings. As at the end of round 3, we have a new leader. We have, and they called it Puppy Love, are currently leading with 18.5 points. Very well done. The Merry Widows have come storming up the leaderboard with a whopping 9 points on the Bible round to take them up to 18 points and second place. And then the Waywards are in third place with 17. So thank you very much. Well done to you three at the top of the leaderboard there. It's still very close. Let's see how those standings are after the music round. Let's have the music answers. Actually, let's not have the music answers. Let's have the music bonus round, which I totally forgot about. So we have a music bonus round. And Sam, if you're listening, I had you in mind when I did this one. Oh, there's no slide for it. So the music bonus question is this. How many songs are there if you add up all the songs in every Disney movie from Snow White to the re-release of the new version of Mary Poppins? How many songs, if you add up all the songs in all the Disney movies from Snow White to the new Mary Poppins, how many songs are there? That is your bonus question for the music round. I will give you a couple of moments to mull that one over before we do the answers to the music round. I'll repeat it one more time. How, if you add up all the songs from all the Disney movies from Snow White to the new Mary Poppins, how many songs are there? Okay, let's now I've done the bonus question, let's now have the answers to that music round.
I got chills that are multiplying, and I'm losing control, 'cause the power that you're supplying, it's electrifying. Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do, can do. And this guy says the horse can do, if he says the horse can do, can do, can do. Now I shout it from the highest hills, even told the golden daffodils. At last, my heart's an open door. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. He had it coming, he had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same. Dear kindly social worker, they tell me get a job, like be a soda jerker, which means like be a slob. It's not I'm anti-social, I'm only anti-work. Glory ASCII, that's why I'm a jerk.
Okay, wonderful. I hope you did all right there. Now, before I give you the answer to the bonus question, I don't know if any of you have seen the video on doing the rounds recently of a vicar who was leading a service and set himself on fire. Well, it wasn't me, and I hope it's not about to be me, because I've just been told that it's Len's birthday. So I thought I'd light a little candle and say, happy birthday, Len. I won't embarrass myself by singing to you, but I hope you've had a lovely day, and I hope you're enjoying the quiz on your birthday evening. So many happy returns. Okay. So the bonus question for the music round was a Disney question, and the question was, if you add up all the songs from all the Disney films from Snow White to the new Mary Poppins, how many songs are there? And the correct answer is 526. That is 526. So, if you gave an answer within 25 of that, so that is between 501 and 551, if you gave an answer in that range, you get 2 points. And if you gave an answer within 50 points, within 50, so that's between 476 and 576, you get 1 point. Okay, so the correct answer is 526. If you gave an answer within 25, so an answer between 501 and 551, you get 2 points. And if you gave an answer within 50, that's between 476 and 576, you get 1 point. Wonderful. So if you can tot up those scores and send them along to Jess, we will finish off with round 5 in a couple of minutes. Okay, we're going to crack on with round number 5. Before I give the scores, we have one team got 9.5 in the music round. So well done to the what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Universally challenged. Well done, universally challenged with 9.5. That is a very impressive score for that musicals round. So round number 5 is entertainment, as it has been each time. So we have a range of questions from TV and film. Question number 1 is, when it stopped due to lockdown, how many episodes of EastEnders had been broadcast? You've got 3 options: 6,124, 7,502 or 7,983. How many episodes of EastEnders have been broadcast when it stopped due to lockdown? Okay, question number 2. Who is the only Oscar to win an Oscar? Who is the only Oscar to win an Oscar? Okay, question number 3. What are the names of the Teletubbies? There are no half points here. You either get all 4 of them and you get 1 point for all 4, or 0 points if you don't get all 4. What are the names of the Teletubbies? Okay, question number 4. True or false, YouTube users watch 100 million hours of videos every day. True or false, YouTube users, such as your good selves tonight, watch 100 million hours of videos every day. Question number 5. Who played the 2 main characters in The Sweeney? Who played the 2 main characters in The Sweeney? And by main characters, I mean D.I. Jack Regan and D.S. George Carter, in case anyone wants to be pedantic. Who played those 2 characters? Okay. Question number 6. In which movie does one of the characters say, "You had me at hello"? In which movie does one of the characters say, "You had me at hello"? Now, I've no idea how to pronounce the surname of this next person. Georgia Toffolo. Georgia joined the cast of which UK TV show in 2014? Which TV show did Georgia join in 2014? And then finally, question number 8. Name 2 of the 3 wishes that the genie cannot grant in Aladdin. So not 1, not 2, but 3 Disney questions tonight. Name 2 of the 3 wishes that the genie cannot grant in Aladdin. I'm afraid I won't give a bonus point if you name all 3, but I just want at least 2 of the 3, please. Okay. So the bonus question for round number 5 is this. Adjusted for inflation, Gone with the Wind is the highest grossing movie of all time, but how much in today's money did it take? So some clever people have done some inflation adjusting, and it is by far and away the highest grossing movie of all time, but how much in today's money did Gone with the Wind take at the box office? Okay, I will give you a couple of moments to mull over those, then we'll run through the standings at the end of round 4, and then I'll give the answers to round 5. Okay, so I'll give you the current standings at the end of round 4. Here is the table, and we have the current winners with they've taken a big lead actually with 25 points, and they called it Puppy Love, are out there in the lead. Then in second place we still have the Merry Widows, and then with their fantastic performance in round 4, Universally Challenged have raced up the table into third place. And then we still have the Waywards and Harry is Awake in joint 4th place. Oh, Sam's asked what is question 6. Question 6 was, in which movie does one of the characters say, "You had me at hello"? In which movie does one of the characters say, "You had me at hello"? Okay. Let's run through the answers then. You've got a few moments, because question 6, so you've got a few moments before that one pops up. We'll do the answers to round number 5. Question 1, when it stopped due to lockdown, how many episodes of EastEnders had been broadcast? Let's go back to me there. The correct answer is the first of those, 6,124. Quite a small number, actually. I was surprised by that. Question 2, who is the only Oscar to win an Oscar? It is Oscar Hammerstein, although it's Oscar Hammerstein Jr. for The Last Time I Saw Paris, 1941. Even if you didn't put Oscar Hammerstein Jr., you can still have the point. If you put Oscar Hammerstein, the point is yours. Question 3, what are the names of the Teletubbies? I would like all 4, please, to get the point. It is, of course, Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Laa-Laa and Po. Question number 4. True or false? YouTube users watch 100 million hours of videos every day. The correct answer is false, because they watch 250 million hours every day. And that is probably actually more, because that figure was correct at the end of 2019. And I suspect during lockdown that number has gone up slightly. Question 5. Who played the 2 main characters in The Sweeney? The answer is John Thor and Dennis Waterman. You get half a point for each one that you get correct. Half a point for each one. John Thor and Dennis Waterman. Question 6. I hope you've got it now, Sam. In which movie does one of the characters say, "You had me at hello"? It is Jerry Maguire from 1996. Georgia, whatever her surname is, joined the cast of which UK TV show in 2014? It is Made in Chelsea. And question 8. Name 2 of the 3 wishes that the genie cannot grant in Aladdin. The 3 are: he cannot kill anyone, he cannot bring anyone back from the dead, and he cannot make anyone fall in love. So if you've got any 2 of those 3, then you get the point. If you got one of them, you can have half a point. Okay, and now the bonus. So, adjusted for inflation, Gone with the Wind is the highest grossing movie of all time, but how much in today's money did it take? It is, I have to say, an eye-watering amount of money. It took $3.7 billion, adjusted for inflation. I think the next on the list is something like 3.2, so it's way out in the lead. You can have the 2 points if you are within $250 million of that, and you can have 1 point if you're within $500 million of that. So you can have 2 points if you're within $250 million, so that's between about 3.5 and 4, and then you can have 1 point if you're within $500 million, so that's between 3.2 and 4.2. Alright, so if you could please tot up your scores and send them across to Jess. We will then, once we've had all of your scores, we will reveal the winning team and also the team with winning the best team name competition and the answer to the tie break. I'm not sure we'll need it, but we'll see. Oh, my microphone wasn't on. Okay, so we've had a query about question 8 of that round, and the query was: the genie also can't grant a wish for more wishes. That is correct. So if you said that the genie can't grant a wish for more wishes, you can have half a point for that as well. Okay, so we're almost there. We've got one more score to come in, and then the scores, but I don't think it's going to affect the winners. So I'm just going to let Jess tot up the answers. Whilst we're waiting for that, I will do the answer to the tiebreaker, which again I don't think we'll need. So the tiebreaker was, earlier I asked Jess to pick a number. She chose 67 and then a word number, and she chose 14. So what is the 14th number on the 67th page of this book? We had 6 people said the. I'm afraid you're incorrect. So I will read out the first 14 words of this page. Corresponding to the recital of historical deliverances in the Psalms. Which of these functions? The 14th word is functions. Which of these functions could the articles fulfill today? You see, it's really boring, that's why I've not read it. So, actually, the people who came up with the closest word are the Chesterworths, who guessed grace. So, well done, Chesterworths, you guessed grace. That was the closest word to functions of everyone. Although my favourite one is ecumenical. That would be an ecumenical matter, Father. Right. Jess is coming in now with the answers. So, I will now give the top 5. The top 5. So, in 5th place, with 24.5, we have Harry is awake. I hope he is now asleep. Then in 4th place, we have the Waywards with 25. Then with 26, we have the Merry Widows. With 26.5, we have Universally Challenged. But our winners tonight with 30.5 racing away into the lead, and they called it Puppy Love. So that is Peter and Jane Shepherd and family. That is, in case you're wondering, the same Peter who did the music round, but he does not help them in the music round, I promise. And based on their score, he clearly didn't help them that much anyway. No, they did all right. They did all right. So well done to, and they called it Puppy Love. You, I'm going to have to find a way of making that fit on this because it's quite long and I'm not sure how that's going to fit. I will print that out and you can have that in pride of place on your mantelpiece. And the winning team for the team name are Matt and Ash, with the price is probably not right, and I'm afraid that team name was a prophecy in the end because they did come second to last. So, but at least you won the best team name tonight. So well done, everyone. Thank you very much for taking part. We have our service tomorrow online. It'll be live on our YouTube page from 9 o'clock. I hope you enjoy that service. And I suspect we may well do another one of these quizzes in a couple of months' time because we're clearly not going to be allowed to do them in person. So I hope you've had fun. I don't think I've forgotten to say anything this time. So well done, everyone, and see you soon. God bless.